Hi folks, it's your dad, Papa Bix, and I'm back with the milk. Well, it's that time of year again, where we'll see a spike in gym membership sales and resolutions being quickly abandoned. As gamers with great power, there must also come a great responsibility. And considering that our great power does not require upper body strength or a sufficient amount of vitamin D, we have to break down the previous year's video games, from our least favorites to our favorites. Scientists estimate that in 2022 alone, over 2,562 million video games were released. And I played about 12 of them. So here's Papa's picks for the 5 best games of 2022, of the 12 that I played. At number 5, we got Roller Drome. There is a story to this game. I don't know what it is, because this game is just pure fun. Imagine going back in time to when you were 7 years old, playing Tony Hawk's Underground 2. You go up to your 7-year-old self and you say, "Hey kid, you're gonna play this when you're older, but this time you'll have a gun." How excited is 7-year-old you in this moment? He probably just darn near spilt all his goldfish crackers. Number 4, Stray. Cats are big dumb idiots, and I don't like them, usually. But this is a pretty good game. Stray is a short but sweet narrative-driven game that really explores the themes of what it means to be a human, even though you play as a cat. I think where Stray excelled for me was in its atmosphere and its music. I really enjoyed just traversing the cyberpunk city as a cat. Which, did I mention, this game really makes you feel like a cat. Who wrote that? Number 3, Sifu. Have you ever just wanted to beat the crap out of a bunch of people with kung fu? Well, Sifu delivers. Sifu mixes really strong art design with an incredible and unique combat system that definitely reminded me of the Arkham series, but it's just not quite as easy. Personally, when I was having the most fun with this game was when I was completely absorbed in the combat and I was trying to find new and unique ways to take down enemies. If Sifu came out any other year, I honestly think it would have clutched one of the top 2 spots. It's a really fun game, and if you have the opportunity, definitely check it out. Now it's time for the big boys. The top 2 games of 2022, according to me. But before that, let's take a look at some games that just didn't quite make the list. Gotham Knights. Now, before everybody loses their minds, I'm not saying Gotham Knights was the best game ever, or even in my top 10 of the year. I just don't think it was as bad as everybody made it out to be. Was there technical problems? Yes. Was the campaign pretty underwhelming? Yes. Were some of the character models reminiscent of a Roblox character? Yes. But I think there was some enjoyable aspects of Gotham Knights. After playing close to 10 years of Batman Arkham games, I was kind of refreshed by the combat system. It wasn't as well tuned as the Arkham's free flow system, but it was fine. It wasn't overly bad, and it was pretty enjoyable to beat down on some enemy thugs. Gotham Knights had the nards to throw in boss fights with multiple phases, and had a pretty decent score, and personally, I thought the Gotham open world was fantastic and the skyline looked amazing. But yeah, whatever, I'm nitpicking and biased, you win, bye-bye. The Callisto Protocol. Do you enjoy action horror video games that keep you glued to the edge of your seat, with jump scares around every corner? Me neither. Which is why this game was so close to finding itself in the top 5. The Callisto Protocol really excels with incredible acting performances and straight-to-the-point story. It doesn't waste your time in the 10 hours that it lasts. I think that this is by far the most underrated game that's released this year. It got a lot of backlash for some problems that it had on launch. I didn't really notice any personally, but I was also on PlayStation and a lot of the problems were apparently on PC. The reason I decided against putting this in the top 5 was because over the 10 hours, there were moments that felt very repetitive, the gameplay loop wasn't perfect, and I found that the combat could get a little dry, especially when I was out of ammo and was forced to just use the melee weapons. But I really don't want that to take away from the incredible work that Striking Distance Studios did. I think that they did a really good job. The audio, the visuals, and the gameplay in general It was a really well-rounded and polished experience, and if you're looking for a horror game based in space that isn't Dead Space, look no further. We now find ourselves at the top 2 games of 2022. These 2 games make every other game on this list look like a stupid baby game. You already know what they are. So number 2 is God of War Ragnarok. Since God of War Ragnarok's release in November, this is all we as gamers have heard about. And I'm sure some of you are absolutely sick of hearing about how amazing this game is. Well, strap in, because you're going to hear it one more time. Ragnarok is not just one of the best story-driven games. It is a demonstration of how powerful storytelling can be. You can feel passion oozing out of every corner of this game. Ragnarok doesn't settle for being a great sequel to an already great game. It evolves and grows. It refuses to tell the same story twice, and it grows the characters that we've already come to know and love. The characters are brought to life so gracefully by the actors and the writers, they feel like real people with real problems. This is above the standard of a $60 game that we've come to expect, and I really hope that the industry learns from Santa Monica and the passion that they put into this project so that we can have games in the future just as powerful, both in storytelling and gameplay. Number 1, Sonic Frontiers. You can dislike the video now. But of course, Elden Ring is my game of the year. You were probably expecting it. You figured it would be God of War Ragnarok or Elden Ring, and you, sir, are correct. No, I'm not any better at video games than you are. I'm probably worse, and I got cyberbullied by Margaret the Fell Omen just as much as anybody else did. From Software and this crazy, beautiful man here. Nope, not him. There we go. Elden Ring redefined video games for me, and what I look for in a video game. It also ruined a lot of video games for me. Trying to go to Horizon Forbidden West, a great open world video game, after playing Elden Ring felt near impossible. Elden Ring cuts the fat, yet somehow has 80 square kilometers of an open world that just feels so full of life and opportunity. It's so jam-packed with exciting things to do and adventures to go on. I couldn't put it down even if I wanted to. There are very few games out there that I've beaten so many times in a row that I've had to look at myself and say, whoa, I gotta slow down and take a break. I had to force myself to stop playing Elden Ring, to play other games this year. I honestly feel like I was addicted, but in the best way possible. Elden Ring brought so many fans to the Souls genre, and it's so inspiring to see so many people that are still willing to challenge themselves, and that are willing to put $60 down on a game and give it a chance and really see it pay off. No matter what level of gamer you've designated yourself as, I would really recommend playing Elden Ring and giving it a shot. I could easily recommend that game to anybody, not just for how much fun it is, but for how immersive it is. If you are looking for a game that's worthy of $60, I'm pretty sure it's on sale right now, you should definitely take a look at Elden Ring. Now, I know a lot of you watching are either very happy that I chose Elden Ring as my game of the year, or feel robbed that God of War wasn't chosen. But let's take a look at it this way. We are so lucky that in 2022 we had 2 games so good that it tore the internet apart as to which one deserves to be the best game. It started an all-out war. It wasn't like the argument was which one sucked and which one didn't. It was which game was just slightly better than the other. Hopefully, going into 2023, we'll take this 2022 gaming momentum, and the industry will put out some fantastic games so that next year's choice for Papa's Picks will be even more difficult. Thanks for watching the video, and you really got to hear me out on Sonic Frontiers.